when I hear that Baba was going to Kosovo, I can fly back. That's enough to think where we came from. And to hear that we want to go to Kosovo. To me, that's big. To hear that, to me, I don't know what it does to me. I was talking to my daughter yesterday. I says, perhaps you are the only one who hears things like that. Because to me, that's very deep. To think we are going to Kosovo. Can you believe this? To deliver the same word that was delivered in Highfields.
Right. Yeah.
So I would like to thank you, Baba, for allowing me to hear you. You know, I would like to say all protocol observed. If I start greeting, I think I'll mess it up, but all protocol observed. I just want to say that, you know, I'm an elder, and I want to talk a bit about my history, to say, you know, I was an elder who has been in this church for 31 years. I was saved in 1987. I was found by Baba Kuti, you know, not making any progress. And, you know, I'm here. And I have been under his feet since 1987. I want to say, of the 31 years, 20 years I was under discipline. Can you believe this? I was under discipline for 21 years. But you know what saved me? It was my testimonies. It's what I'm carrying in my life. I've got a lot of things that I'm carrying. Hallelujah. I'm carrying the fact that I used to be a garden boy. And when I look at that God delivered me, you know, from Ngaoni. I come from the same area where Baguti comes from, and I used to eat salt with some water. You mix salt and water and eat it with salsa. And to think this is where I came from, you know, and today I'm here. I can fly to Canada in first class.
Yeah.
You know, coming from Ngaoni, walking 50 kilometers looking for a job. You know, going to school without any shoes. Being educated up to grade 5. And at 11 years I was an adult. And to think that I was a political prisoner at 21. So if you want, I'm a war vet. So to think that, you know, I came from that and God delivered me. To think that, you know, I served the whole 20 years. And you know, this is what I carried. I had a plane crash. I crashed in my plane. You know, and the angel of Zioja saved me. Up to now, the investigation is not finished. They don't know how I survived and how that plane, you know, was landed, because I was unconscious. You know, when I looked at my testimonies, what God has done to me, when what I'm carrying, I'm not the same. I'm different, because I've got this testimony of things that the Lord has done to me. This is what I carry with me. I've got these testimonies that I move around with. That's what saved me for 20 years. You know, in the 20 years, you know, people didn't want to greet me. The only people that made me stay in this church was Baba and Amai Kuti. The love was the same. It was always the same. You know, I found something to do during the 20 years. We started at 10 past, so I'll finish at 10 past this work. So don't look at me, don't stand up, you know, until it is 10 past. Some of us are particular about time. Some of us are pilots, so we are particular about the time. So it's 10 past, you know. So when I look at what happened to me over the 20 years, I started doing the work of God. That's what also saved me. That I started building churches in the rural areas. And you know, one day we built a church there, in Matangi there, where they said there were witches. People are being burnt alive. These witch doctors, they cast a spell on somebody, and they will burn in the afternoon, just burning, seated at his house, he will start burning. And when I heard about this, I said, let's put a church there. So we put a church there, you know, in the pastor's house. And this thing stopped. You know how our pastors are.
How many churches have been built?
I have now, by the grace of God, I have now built 57 churches. We always argue with the Apostle Carpenter. When I say we built 57 churches, he says, no. That's not correct. Is it not 72? I said, no, it's 57. He says, because he counts the main church and he counts children's church as well. You know, because in some places we build a big church, then we build a children's church. So Baba counts that one and this one. I count it as one. So that's why we have got problems in the numbers. I say it's 57 because whether we build what we call these days like a diocese, where it's a big church, it's a children's church, and a pastor's house. And now we build them in a very modern way. People think they must be in Harare, they can't be out there. So Baba says, no, it's not 57. I say it's 57 because he's counting the other the children's churches as well. I say that's not a different church, it's just the children's church. So that is what saved me. When I did that and had at Matangi built such a church and it was full, because I was not accepted in the church, I would drive and park at the corner there on the day that they're opening and see that the people cannot fit. They can't even fit in the church. And I'm just driving there because I'm not accepted in the church. And thinking, and the people don't know that it's me. Because I didn't want to be known. It's only now that I talk about it. I didn't want anybody to know about that. So I would drive off with so much satisfaction. When they used to count businessmen, they say they want to have businessmen meeting today. At the Deeperlife, want to meet as business people, and also they would not even take me. They will say that one, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so, and I'm there. They will leave me out because I was a sinner. They looked at me. I don't know why the church would keep on condemning me. I sinned at that time. I'm not a sinner anymore. But they would still look at me because I confessed. So that was my life. And one day, Bishop phoned Baba Kapandra when he was in Matangi. We had built 6 churches there in that area with pastors' houses. Beautiful churches in places called the Masase, and beautiful churches. And then a bishop phoned Baba Kapandra and he said, why do you allow a sinner to build churches in your province? You can't allow him because he's a sinner. And but I looked at it and I said, this is beautiful. But then somehow the Lord has allowed me to do that. If the Lord can allow me to do this, what's wrong with a sinner building a church? And one day I met a guy called Leonard at ACBF. He's an elder in Sayoja. His name is called Leonard. And he looked at me and says, yesterday, last night, I was praying. And you know what the Lord showed me? He showed me that he loves even the biggest sinners. He loves them. He was showing me about you that although you are a big sinner, but he also likes you. And I'm thinking, wait, what does he know about me? Such was my life. When you went to headquarters, people did not like you. They want, and you say, hello, Bishop. So, how are you? And they say, no, how are you? And they're going, then I realized, it's because I'm under discipline. But the discipline happened for 20 years. But thank God I survived. I survived because I got a father and a mother. The love was all the same. So I really thank God about that. So I'm here today as a product of 20 years. And you know what I wanted to do? But I'm so scared. One of the things that happened is that there is now a phobia with me. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. When people say, let's go for a building committee, sometimes I don't go. Because I think I might say the wrong thing there. And they will put me under discipline for another 20 years. No, serious. This is not a joke. Seriously. I avoid those meetings because you know what? I speak my mind. So I'm so scared. When Dr. Lavelle phones me and says, I see a missed call from Dr. Lavelle, I shake. Because I think, what have I done now? I'm scared of Baba. I'm not scared of Baba, and I'm scared of a lion. This is more. I'm really scared. We were fighting with the administrator. When he said, go on the 6th floor of the hotel, I said, they can't. I'm scared. I don't know why. This is a phobia. It's not from God. Because I'm scared. I'm thinking, I have no confidence. I have not yet picked up confidence. This 20 years affected me. I'm making a confession today. I've never said that to people. When I talk to a big man in the church in Harare, and I say, Baba, I've got a problem. I've got a problem. I'm so scared because these 20 years affected me. He said to me, oh, so what? So what? And he walked away. But he didn't hear that I'm wounded. In a way, I'm wounded. I'm very happy to be there, but I'm scared. I'm scared to have another 20 years. And yet perhaps it won't happen. So Baba, I'm afraid. I'm very much afraid. But I thank God that whatever they do to me, if I'm disciplined again, it's with a lot of their love. But today I want to talk about business today. And nobody here is able to talk about business except for Baba. Baba has created a big business in 144 countries.
Hallelujah.
That is the man who counseled me. That is the man who was there when I started my vision. He was there with me, holding my arm and telling me how to do it. I remember another time when we were making losses. I said to him, do we give people SATA at the mines? Do we give them SATA? Because we are still making losses. And he said, give them SATA. That's what he said. And against my will, he said, give them SATA. So we had to give them SATA and meat. And when we started, we made losses for 5.5 years. But Baba said, carry on, borrow some more money, I'm giving you the allowance. Because you are faithful, you don't eat that money. And I carried on borrowing that money. And the auditor said to me, close that thing. They called it the thing, close that thing. You've been losing millions every month. Close that thing. I went to Baba, I said, what do you say? He says, carry on. So I carried on. He came to pray for the business. And in the 6th year, the auditors came to Ruo, to the factory. He said, what happened? How did you make so much money? So I then asked Baba, and I said, do we pay a tithe now that we are making a profit? Because we have not finished our loan. He says, the tithes are the ones that are going to make you get delivered from the loans. It was so painful to listen to that. Because you can imagine, the money is not enough. We are making a profit, but we've got loans. But Baba is saying, pay tithes. And you know what happened? We paid tithe in May, grumbling, because that's what Baba said. And in July, there was a shortage of that material. And we put up the price. And we cleared those loans in that month. But because of listening to Baba's thing to say, you have got to tithe. And on the 10th of August, we built a monument to say, we are never going to borrow again. So the 10th of August is a holiday in our company, where we say we are never going to borrow again. So it's our policy now, we don't borrow again. But it was actually the counsel and the guidance of Baba. Yeah. We are seated here with the men of God. Hallelujah. There was no way he was going to pray like that at Ruah and not get us delivered. So we were delivered. So I'm here to say to someone today, you want help? Go to the biggest businessman of all time. Amen. The one who has got businesses, churches in 144 countries. Yeah. What do you think of that?
Hallelujah. Amen.
But before I forget what I want to talk about, I want to say, business must be, whatever you do must be measurable. And I'm talking about including the church. It must be measurable. In other words, we can't say that manager is very good without measuring it. It must be measurable. What do we mean? At the moment, we've opened 2 new mines. At the moment, because we've got to keep on. We've got to keep on. We can't say this is enough now. We've got to keep on moving. So I'm saying, for example, if you have got an assembly in Montreal, for example, the way we should measure whether that assembly is doing well is to measure the growth of Canadian population growth. If the Canadian population growth, if people grow at 4%, people that come, that repent, must be about 7%. So that 7% the annum. So that over time, you know that you will actually have the whole Montreal to yourself. That's what we do in our company. That's why you find that all our competitors close. Because our idea is that, if we have got 25% of the market, next year we want to have 35%. We want to have 45%. But you see where it's going. If we're going to get 55%, 65%, the other people will close. So I'm saying we must actually measure. We can't say this manager of my business is very good because of how polite he is to me. No, it must be measured. It must be measured according to percentage. Do we understand that? It must be measured. It must be the percentage, not the way the person is looking. But today I want to talk about the 7 buttons of success. The 7 buttons of success. I normally call it zero failure management. I normally call it zero failure management. But the issue is about 7 buttons of success. Hallelujah. The reason why I call it zero failure management is because with this, there is no way you cannot be successful. You know what Jesus said? Jesus said, if you want to be a leader, did you know what he said about if you want to be a leader? He just said, be a servant. He says, be a servant to the others. That was the qualification. Yeah. He is true. We would have wanted something more complex from Oxford University. But he says, just be a servant. Baba Gutu was given one rule. For Zaija to be in 144 countries. Fear not, sin not. Now people want something complex. Go and borrow the money. What is the asset ratio? What is the return on investment? No, it was a fear not, sin not. That was all. So things of God today, I'm going to talk about the 7 buttons of success. And I'm saying to Canada, enough is enough. People now have got to be successful. Enough is enough. We can't go on borrowing with the credit cards and everything else and we are on loans. Enough is enough. You have got to make that decision on the first day, on the first Deeperlife of Canada. You have got to say, for me, enough is enough. I'm going to be successful. So today I'm going to deliver a message of the 7 buttons of success. With these, you have to be successful. The problem that we have is when a business has not run well for 2 years, we think it has failed. And we move on to the next one. Then we do it for 3 months, we think it has not failed. Baba could say, we are under a tree. Right. And he carried on with it. And he carried on with it. That's what you have to do with your business. In fact, I'm saying to somebody, if you start a business and in 6 months you are buying your Mercedes, in 6 months you are doing something, you build a house, run away. It's not a normal business. Because even a child, if he's born today and they start running in about 3 months, then you don't think that is a proper child. That is not the law of God. You know, you don't want to plant an apple tree and in about 2 weeks you are now eating apples. You don't want those kind of apples. So it's not correct. You say a business has failed for 4 years. It has not failed. Just revise yourself and revise yourself. One day I said to Baba Kuti, this business has failed. I said it has failed. I want to close it. And Baba Kuti says, with which scripture do you want to close? Let's have a scripture that closes it. I couldn't find it. Then he read New Psalms chapter 1, which ends up by Psalms 1 up to 3, which says, and whatever he will do will prosper. He says, give me another scripture, which says some of the things don't prosper. So I'm saying to somebody today, some of you have closed the businesses because you want a quick return. It's not going to happen like that. It takes time. It takes time. So I'm saying to somebody, what you think has failed has not failed. I'm telling you it has not failed. Carry on with it. Develop the quality control, develop the procedures, IO certification, do all those things. Carry on with it. Receive counseling from Baba. Amen. Receive counsel and you'll be successful. So I'm saying today, my message today is zero failure management. Right. You know what we call zero failure? Where we get zero failure management? It's from flying. When we fly ourselves, everything is done according to procedure. Everything is done according to procedure. Before you take off with the plane, you are reciting everything. If we have on the runway, if we have an engine failure, I'll throttle back, I'll stop right ahead. If I'm airborne, I'll lower the nose, maintain in 80 nautical miles, choose a field 30-45 degrees, apply flaps as necessary, secure the engine by mixture of fuel, of master of flaps, or master of open the doors before impact. That's what you have to do. Downwind checks, brakes on undercarriage, mixture set marks on board. That's what you have got to do all the time. You have got to do that all the time. In fact, I can take off my jacket. So I'm saying to somebody today, remember my bars. Yes. About my 7 buttons of success. Remember my bars. I'm doing this so that you remember. You remember that I'm doing this for you. You know, when you preach and you are preaching and people are changing, then you put on your bars. You know, next time if it's not changing, I'm going to bring a plane here and land here. And say, come and watch me. And we're going to do something. You know, I'm saying to somebody today, you have not failed in the things that you think you failed. You have been trained Matarenda, but you don't carry on with that Matarenda. You don't carry on with it. You want God. What we are very good is to pray 40 days and 40 nights. No, but it needs planning. This is real. God has made this real. You know, so I'm saying to somebody, today we are going to talk about the 7 buttons of success. And somebody who will follow this will be, you know what? People don't like this. They want me to say, let's fast for 40 days and 40 nights and have that pain. No, business is not like that. Business is about planning, like we are talking about now. So we are saying the first button, first of all, I want to say, business is 100% spiritual. You know, I can prove it. That business is 100% spiritual. But God did not talk to Baba Kuti about going to the bank. He didn't say go to Barclays Bank. Go to Lloyd's Bank. He didn't say that. He was given it in the spirit. Fear not and sin not. It sorted out everything else. It meant that all the other people would like to be his pastor. This one wants to be his bishop for life. I look at people like Matangi that he started as a young man all his life. People have got houses now in Zayaja forward in faith, being blessed through the God of Ezekiel. But the issue that he was given by God is very simple. Fear not, sin not. So I'm saying success is 100% spiritual. It's not what we think. It's education is very good. PhDs are very good. But you have got to be blessed by God. Spiritually, you have got to be empowered. Spiritually, I'm telling you, you find somebody who has cursed their mother, they will never be successful. They can have 7 PhDs. It's a lot of confusion. I'm telling you, what is required there is to follow the laws of God. Now let's start with button number 1. Button number 1 of success is honor your father. Button number 1. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise. You know, the first commandment with a promise. I want to submit it to you that there is no person on this planet, there is not one person, not one who has succeeded, who has cursed their mother, who has cursed their father. No, not one person. There was somebody at my workplace who started working at about 19 or 20. They started working there. The first pay, they built their mother a house. A very nice house with their first pay for the first 6 months. I could tell that if I put this one as a manager, my company is going to be very successful. So I promoted them. Now they are director. Now they are doing PhD. But this was an O-level person. Because I can see that the way they honor their mother and father, they are going to be successful. There is a guy called Nyasha. He came to my office and he was coming for interview. And he was seated there, wanting to be interviewed by the interviewing panel. And I said, before people asked him questions, I said to him, so what do you think about your father? He said, what? I said, what do you think about your father? He said, my father. He sat at the edge of the chair and he said, my father is a hero. My father is a... I said, why? He said, he sold his donkeys and cattle to send me to school. I said, you've got the job. If you honor your father like that and mother like that, the qualification is what? What else do I want? If he thinks his father and mother, they are heroes, that person is got a job because he's trainable material. Let me tell you something.
Hallelujah.
Let me tell you something. Listen to this. Baba Kuti hears where doggers talk. Listen to this. Baba Kuti hears where doggers talk. He is 14 or 15 years, 18 years. He hears where doggers talk. The other children are there. What do you think? That there was one person. Can't you see this was the best of the parents? This was the best of the mother. That's why he heard what the mother was talking about. He didn't get to the other children because he was the best of his mother. That's what it is. So the issue is the empowerment of God. Now people say, Mr. Matangi, talk to us. People here who are accountants, they want me to talk about cash flow. They want me to talk about an asset ratio. It doesn't work like that. When you have got God, the right people will come to you. The correct people will come to you. The right mate will come to you. Your accountant will come to you. Is sent to you by God. That's what happens here. So I'm saying to somebody here, whoever has made it has been the best person of their parents, has been the best child. I want to talk about even Queen Elizabeth. The reason why she's queen of the Commonwealth, the head of the Commonwealth, is because she was the best of the mother. That's why the Queen Mother stayed with the Queen for until she was 101. Whether it's Donald Trump, he's the best of his mother and father. Whether it's King Swati, whether it was Nelson Mandela, the prison could not kill him because he was the best of his parents. If you look at Baba and Amai, they are the best of their parents. They were the best of their parents. Nobody will make it. But can I tell you something? People say, is that enough? I'm saying it's enough. If you see anybody who battles life to save their mother and father, they will be successful. Amen. They will be successful. Somehow God will link them to that. I'm saying I'm done. I'm finished. When I say honor your mother and father, that's it. I'm telling you. Amen. People want something else. In Zayaja forward in faith, it was fear not sin not. Here I'm talking about parents today for business. You have got to honor your father and mother. Those people have got your blessings. They have got it. I'm telling you. So I'm saying, let's sort this thing once and for all. What do you think? Can I tell you something? The one who said, I'm taking this from Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 to 3. You know, parents, children, honor your parents. Which is the first commandment with the promise. You know who promised that? Who knows who promised that? It was God himself. God will not lie because he said, so that it may be well with you. That is business. So that it may be well with you. So that your days may be long. You know, people that honor their parents, they don't even die. You know, you've got a Bible, a whole Bible. The secret is on honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with the promise. It's not what it says, it's who said it.
Amen.
Honor your father and your physical mother. There are people here who will say, you are saying that my parents are dead. I asked him Baba about that. And he said, you honor those that are remaining. And the people who have not done that, he said, you repent. And you said, God, I didn't know before. Now I know. I'm now starting now. You know, whenever I counsel many business people, I always talk about the parents. And I see all the people that have got problems, they have not honored their father and mother. That is where the problem is. So I'm saying to somebody today, honor your father and mother. You know what I'm talking about today? I'm talking about business.
Amen.
Whoever you are, do you know if somebody is a pastor, the assembly does not even go very well if they don't honor their father and mother. Whether the person is a bishop, things don't go very well. In fact, you can see them on the face, that their face is actually not shining. So I'm saying it's not what it says, it's who said it. Second button today is tithing. Will a man rob God? I'm paraphrasing. Will a man rob God and yet you have all robbed me? The whole nation of you. You are cursed with a curse because you have robbed me. Bring all your tithe and offering into the storehouse so that they may be food in my house. And try me in this and see whether I will not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you shall not have room enough to receive it. And I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes so that it will not cast its fruit before season. And all the nations of the earth will be. You know who said that? It was God himself. So I'm done. If I honor my father and father earnestly, but you know also this thing is not supposed to be taught somewhere. This thing is not supposed to be, it's supposed to be in you. But now that it was not in somebody, we are actually teaching it now in church now. But somebody is supposed to naturally honor your father and mother. But now that somebody did not do that, that's why we are teaching that. This is what will open the floodgates of blessings. What we are talking about. It's about the parents. That's why we say, even with the children, don't say, no, don't buy me those socks, I've got enough socks. Receive those things from your children. When you give them some school fees and they buy you a packet of chips, try to get that packet so that they are blessed, because the blessings are locked in the parent. So try to encourage them to bring things to you. Try to teach them to buy you a mango and eat the mango so that the child may be blessed. So we are talking about the tithing. Sometime back I was struggling in my company, and Baba Buti passed through my office and he came to pray for about 2 minutes. And you know what is amazing with Baba? He prayed for about 2 minutes only. 1 minute or so. You know when he finished praying, he says you are behind with your tithe, that is your problem. Sort out the tithe and your business will do well. And he walked out. When I did that, things got much better. That was all. And you know somebody, like I was talking to my sister Jeanette from Belize. You know, and I was saying I was under discipline. And he says, what did you do? I said, I committed sin. So he says, yeah, but you are the only person who gets caught. What about the people that are not caught? You are the only one who was caught. I said, I was not caught. He says, what? I said, I was not caught. He says, so what happened? I said, Papa found out at his house. And he called me. He says, you have sinned. You are going to die. Can you imagine? I wasn't caught. But talks to God. We are seated here. He watches us. He knows exactly who is doing what here. So be scared to go and greet him. Because he has got an X-ray. So I'm saying to somebody, I was not caught. It was him who called me and he says, your name has been written many peken. He says, you are going to die physically. And he says, if you don't want to die, go and stand in front of people. 400 people at the ACPF and repent. He says, God may have mercy on you. So I stood before 400 men and confessed. You know, the clothes that I was wearing that day, I've never worn them again. Because I'm scared of them. Standing before 400 people all by yourself. and say that I have sinned. So I'm saying to somebody today, if you are not a tither, you're not started living. I'm telling you, if you are not a tither, you're not started living. You know when you are a tither and you know what the tithe does to you. It's the promise of God. Yesterday I was praying, but you know when I was praying, I started putting my hands in the pocket because I enjoyed the prayer. You know what I said yesterday?
Yes.
God, I hear that there is a breakdown there in Kushinga. And I put my hands in the pocket. You know that I'm a tither. You know it's so beautiful. You know I'm a tither. You know I try to give tithe to you. These are the promises that you say. You said you are going to rebuke the devourer. It's so beautiful. When you are standing on the word of God about tithing, it's a beautiful life. So I'm saying to somebody, if you have not started tithing, I'm telling you, you have not started living. Everybody, for your own good, it's not about the church, for your own good. I never rush with my money to make sure that it is gone. You know what I now do? Before they give me my allowance, I say, send it first. Let it go to Brayside first before you give me money. Because I'm scared of God's money. Button number 3 is fear not, sin not. Well, can't we read that the reason why we are here in forward in faith is actually because of this thing of fear not, sin not. That was the button that was given to our Father. Fear not, sin not. Right. If we do that, we will also be successful. If we do that, our businesses are going to be in many countries. We don't even, and I know this thing here is not relevant because there is nobody who sins here. So I'm just saying to somebody here, sin not, fear not. I'm here today that I was under discipline for 20 years for a sin. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be going for another 20 years, 40 years, I'm now on my 20 years now. You don't want to be doing that. So I'm saying to somebody, fear not, sin not. Because of time, I'm moving fast. Then I'm going to the issue of branding. The first brand that I can talk about, I'm talking about my own brand. You know, except in the church, I'm a trusted person in the industry. I'm a trusted person. You know, most of the things that I've got, they were referred to me by people. You know, people that work for me, all the wives that work for me, they're all millionaires, all of them. All the wives that work for me, they're millionaires. They trust me. They get satisfaction working for Matangi. They trust me. I live in a very nice house. I live in one of the best houses. Simple house, but it was built by the Jews. I didn't look for that house. Somebody came to me. These white guys came to millionaires, and they say there is this house which is Lani. I said, what is Lani? They said something really nice. I said, oh, I'm not looking for a house. I went to look at it. I saw it was beautiful. I said, I don't have money. They say, pay it when you can. What are your terms? You know? They trusted. They say there is nobody who deserves that house except for Matangi. That's how I'm trusted in the industry. I don't look for things. They come to me. Because they trust me that if Matangi says that we'll pay it in so many months, he will pay it in so many months. And that's what I did. I paid it in 24 months that time in 2005. You know, honestly, and the rest of the office that I'm in at the moment, somebody called a millionaire who works for me. He was not working for me that time. Called Mr. Holiday, millionaire. I heard that he was getting his money for that place today. Then I said, I would have wanted it. He stopped that payment. He said, if Matangi says he wants it, let him have it. But I said, I don't have money. He says, pay it when you can. That is how I'm trusted. When I bought my plane, they said, people came to me, millionaires. They say to me, there is a very nice plane with club seating. Club seating means it's like a lounge. You know, you're sitting around like you're in a lounge. With the club seating, it's a beechcraft. I said, I don't have the money, but I like it. I'm a pilot. They say, pay it when you can, when you want. Just pay it. That is what, when I bought my company in South Africa, it was not for the market, for everybody. No, it was actually for me. They said, we want you to buy that business because it's a good business. We want you to buy. They were begging me to buy it. When I bought it, our company, one of the companies in Kadoma there, huge company, it has got its own suburb. Huge company, mining company, underground. But it has got its own suburb with its own workers, you know. But those people agreed. They said, we agreed a long time ago when we met you that when we sell our company, we will sell it to Matangi. Nobody should buy such a company with a suburb. It must only be Matangi. Can you imagine? And I didn't know about this. This is what people, this is a brand. You've got to brand yourself. You've got to be nice to people. You've got to be known. There are about 5 or 6 people, white people, that come to my office to go in partnership with me every week. And I say no, because I don't like partnerships. So you have got to have your own personal brand. You've got to have your own branding before we talk about anything else. You know, but talking about branding, so people are scared of some Christians. Christians are scared. A Christian with their faith, when they buy a Bible in South Africa for $5, you know how much they sell it for in Zimbabwe? Can somebody guess? What do you think they'll sell it for? Anybody from Zimbabwe? Sorry, Pastor.
120.
120. They'll sell it for 120. They bought it for $5.
Yeah.
So you can imagine what is going to happen about your brand now. I bought a goat from an elder in our church, very powerful elder. And I said, I hear you've got a butcher. Can I have a goat? Yes, I'll sell you a goat. I said, how much is this? $90. So he sold to me for $90. It was beautiful. So I started telling all the other elders, if you want a goat, go to this elder. It's very good. He says, how much is it? He says, I said it's $90. He says, no, a goat is $25. What is the name? What is the name of those nuts? People don't like this part. They want me to say, let's fast about it. People don't want what I'm talking about now. I'm saying you've got to first of all find the source. Where are you going to get them from? Which region? What is the name of those peanuts to supply the world? Okay? When you have done that, are you going to roast them on fire or on gas or on electricity? Those fires are different. Then you want to salt. Is it sea salt? Is it normal salt? If it's normal salt, anybody can copy that. You want to put the vegetable salt, which cannot be found out. People don't know what salt that is. You want to check all those things. Then you want to know the dryness. What is the loss on ignition when it's dry? When you have finished doing that, you want to look at the packaging. You want to look at how you are going to pack it. Then when you have done that, now you want to create the website. To say, what is the website? Because these days now, you don't go and sell, you go on the website. The person who is actually doing those things must be seated in a little office. My young son is now in South Africa. All he does marketing to the whole world. He's seated in a little office. But he's in touch with Finland, he's in touch with Norway, he's in touch with Russia. He has got friends all over the world, in Argentina and Brazil, selling our gemstones. But you do it now on a website. When you have finished doing that now, create a manual of the procedure. Create now a manual of the procedure. It must be written down like Baba Bute has written these books. Amen. I was scared when Mama Saka was reading the African Apostle. And you know how that thing is inspired. I was thinking it was like she was reading the Bible. I was scared of that. To say, is that because now I want to buy another one. I'm thinking that one, perhaps mine is not the same one. Because that one was so powerful. I'm saying write the procedure down. We have got a procedure. Why do you think Baba Bute has got those books? That is the procedure. So write a procedure. Now your children, Baba, they don't want to write it down. You want to be successful, but you don't want to write it down. Many people here, I had some ACBF members here that used to be at ACBF. Stand up, please. The quantity surveyor. Quantity surveyor, my driver. My driver. You with glasses. This one. Yes, he used to be at ACBF. He's scared of standing up. He used to be at ACBF.
That's him.
Is it the one at the back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the one at the back. Oh, sorry, it's you at the back. Sorry. I missed it. Yes, sorry. But I want to know what you are doing about procedures. I want to know it must be written down. Look at the African Apostle. I was scared when you read what you read. I was thinking, those are the qualities of a leader. You know what I did? I then started writing and revising mine. I said to Jill, my daughter, I said, just send me my manual for the company because I want to revise it. After hearing you read it, I was scared. Because those things was like, it's like you were reading the Bible. To me, it was the same as reading the Bible. So I'm saying to somebody, why are we so scared? Why are we so scared of writing the procedures of how we do things? When you have done that, then you're going to do continuous training. Training can be boring. And make the training short. But it must be every week if possible. Or at least every month. Continuous training. Train every week. At our workplace, we train. You know how long it takes? About 19 minutes or 20 minutes. We are done. Everybody will be standing. Because these people sit. They are enjoying the seat. They are enjoying themselves. They like to fellowship. No, you have a meeting when you are standing. Then you say, what about that? What about? And you keep on repeating it. That's why you find that when we say we supply CaCO3, calcium carbonate, we are one of the best in the world. We are one of the best in South Africa is scared of our product. Because of the procedure, because of consistent training. Also, don't make a mistake of making the trainings too long. Then people they don't come now because it bores them. They don't want to go on for 2 hours. Make it 20 minutes, make it very sweet, make it 30 minutes. And you are done, but people are continuously hearing. That's why at our place people are alert. You know, Julius Payne. Julius Payne said, I think I'm on TV, so I mustn't talk much. They said, what sort of Africans are these? That deliver a product from 1992 as classy as it is without any deviation. What sort of Africans? These are not the same Africans. You know what Baba told me? He told me to say, you know, people think the white people do a better job. Baba would say to me, do it several times better than the whites. That's what we do at our place. We do, our product cannot be matched. Our product cannot be matched. You know, people like the municipalities, you know, they would like to have a little bit of something for you to have your product. You know what we say? We just say that is our product. If you want it, pay for it in advance. Because that is the best product that they can ever get. Whatever they import from France, it cannot compete with my product. I was told that by Baba. He said, do it better than the whites. And this is what we are doing. So I'm saying to somebody today, write down the procedures. You can even have procedures for your church about what the usher does, how he greets people as they come in. Don't be lazy to do that. Let there be a procedure about how the usher comes in. What you do to new Christians as they go out. How do they go to the toilet? How do they come out of the toilet? When they now go, what do they do? There must be a procedure. Branding, you must know if you have got a hair salon. How do you open the door? You open it with your left hand and you wave the customer to the chair on your right hand. That is the procedure. And you move 5 steps backwards from the customer and you give him a glass of water. That's what we do. When the phone rings, you must say our phone is answered on the second ring, not on the third ring. It must be procedural. It's what you do. You know, you must have things. You must have your own ways of doing things. I went to a certain company and I said, I'm looking for your boss here. And they said, you know, the boss comes at 12 minutes past 8. That's the time that he comes. 12 minutes past 8. You know? And I waited. At 12 minutes past 8, he arrived. I'm saying to someone, when you want to have your training session, say our training meeting is Mondays at 8 or 7. 7 minutes past 8, not 8 o'clock. So that people are late 7 minutes. And sometimes say to them, if they are late, say to them, no, you can come to the next one. Because we have already closed the door. So that people are punctual. Right. You know, people, why do you think the policemen have got a certain haircut? It's to make them know that I'm a policeman. Yeah. Even when they are not in uniform, people say, are you a policeman? So you must have certain procedures of how you do your work. Last bag is number 5. This is a big one now. This is a big one. You know, people laugh at us in the church. You hear this elder has gone up, right up. He's doing this now. He's going this. He's now doing this. You hear after a few, boom, boom, boom. Now he has gone down now. Now he doesn't even have a car. We can't carry on like that. We can't. That thing has got to stop. And you know what it is? It's because of lack of a bank that people don't have a strong savings account. You know, we must save money. People must save money and save small amounts of money. You know, don't save, if you are earning $1,000, don't try to save $600. It doesn't work. Save smaller amounts and you don't use that money again. Listen to me, you don't use that money again. Don't use that money again. You keep on saving the money, keep on saving the money. I prefer that you do it with your wife. I believe that it's better to do it with your husband. That is if the wife is not demon possessed or something, because sometimes there are wives that are not correct. But if it's a normal wife or a normal husband, you know there are wives that will do other things, or husbands that will do other things, you know, with that money. And they go to girlfriends. This is a man who goes to girlfriends and things like that. But I'm saying that it's better to do it together. You know what you do? When you want to go for holiday and you have saved $10,000 to go for holiday, you know what you do? You then decide we don't go for holiday. Let's go next year. So that you save that money, you force yourself to save that money. You know, you say you want to buy a TV, so you've gathered some money over 6 months, $2,000. Try to say, well, let's continue singing the old one, and then you save that money. When you are trying to go to wedding and it's going to cost $400 to go there in fuel and that kind of thing, the wedding has been cancelled. Pretend that the wedding has carried on and save that money. That's how you force yourself. If you buy Kleenex, toilet papers, which are very expensive, try to buy the very cheap one. They do nearly the same job. Yeah. So I'm saying save money doing that. So find some ways of finding money. And you know what happens now? You know, one day I was the director of a company called SCZ. You know, and the things were very difficult. And I went to the managing director. He's a German. And they put me on the board. I'm a very influential board member. And I asked him, I said, is this company not in trouble? He says, no. I said, what about what's going on in the market? Are you not in trouble? He took me to upstairs and he showed me all those trucks. The whole lot, they go to Botswana. He said, if these vehicles go to Botswana and back, and Swaziland and back, and Mozambique and back, without selling anything, we can survive for 5 years. That's what I call the last beg. We are not supposed to be moved by circumstances. People in the church are supposed to keep money. We are supposed to be strong. Whether you are out of employment, you are supposed to survive for another 2 years. And buy a new car with the permission of your counselor. I'm saying, enough is enough. We are being laughed at. We hear this person, and we also don't want magube. We don't want people that are thieves, people that commit illegal things. We don't want that. We want people that are honest. We don't want to hear stories in the newspapers. Now this elders, now that you bring disrepute to the church. So we are saying, the last beg, let's save money. It's not even nice to save money, but you know the result when you save money. You build this money. You never use that money. If your child is very sick and they've got to go to hospital and you have used your last $100, but you have got a last bag which is now $21,000, you don't use that one. You borrow from a friend. You say, my child is going to the hospital. I paid $80, but you know what? I'm short of the other amount. Can you give me another 120? Don't take the 21,000. Yeah. No, that is the last bag. You don't use that. That money is not for use. It's not for school fees. Borrow the money from your friend for school fees, not the bag. You have got to accumulate it and accumulate it. And you know, the more it becomes, it attracts more money now. You will find now you get more money coming to you. Somehow money comes to money becomes easy now. Money becomes easy. You know, when you are praying and you are saying, I'm binding money, let money come to me, I'm binding, and you are frightened and you are going to see it doesn't come. But you know, when you are praying and you put and you are in Binduna there and you are putting your hands in the pocket and say, thank you God for a lot of money. Thank you God for, I hear the sound of a lot of money. Money comes on money. It comes knocking. In fact, it overtakes you. So I'm saying to somebody today, save a lot of money. And you know, when you save a lot of money, this is serious what I'm talking about. When you start with the $2, there are people that we taught who are saving $2 a week. Every week. $8 a month. But it was a lot of money. Now they changed. They're now saving $10. And then $10 a week. And now they're changing. Now they're now saving $50 a week. And they are carrying on. You see by the face that they're now growing. Then I asked the other guy, I said, you are growing. How much do you have? He said, I got 11,000. He's got 11. He has never touched money like now. Money is easy now to come to him now. Because he has got the other 11,000. So I'm saying to someone, whoever you are, think about it. Save money, save money, save money, save money. Little amount, save money. And don't use it. Somebody would like to say, so what do you use it for? You use it for a crossover. You use it for a crossover to buy a property, not a car, but to buy a solid property, to buy a home. And when you finish buying a home, you start saving again to buy another one. You think I came here all the way? My ticket is expensive. You think I came here all the way to say people must be prosperous here to buy 6 houses? I don't want 6 houses. I like to have people to buy 600 flats. Have a vision to buy 600 flats. Have a vision to buy 200 houses. What's wrong with that? Nobody arrests you if you think of buying 200 houses. Nobody will arrest you. That is your vision. And you know, when you have seen 600 houses, you change. Right. You are not the same. You are no more involved in gossip now because you have seen the possibility of 600 houses. We want people here who are going to buy jets. What is so bad about it? Buying 6 helicopters. What is so wrong with that? I'm saying don't worry about it. There is nothing wrong in you imagining. Baba would say you go as far as you see. So you must see it first. You know why people gossip? Because they don't have a vision. They've not thought about what they are going to achieve. I'm saying to somebody, people must think about flying from Harare to Toronto here direct. That's what we are talking about. We are talking about people having a lot of money. I don't call somebody having 4 houses. That is being prosperous. I don't think so. It must be the level of prosperity of Sayeta 45. It must be that level because that is the God that we've got. So aim for a very, but start small. Bit by bit. Bit by bit. Start saving $10. Start saving $50 a month. Start bit by bit. That's how Baba Kuti started in Bindura. That pattern, let's follow that pattern. Then we've got the 6th bag, which is the righteous resolve. Righteous resolve, how is God going to benefit?
Amen.
How is God going to benefit from your business? My sister Jeanette from Belize was saying, oh, I see that when you made so much money, that's why you built these churches. I said, no, I didn't have any money. I was in loans. So sometimes you've got to force yourself to do the work of God in that difficult position. When you say, I'll do it when I make money, that money will never come. So I'm saying, how is God going to benefit from your business? Find something to do which affects God. And you know when you do that, when people fight your company, they're actually fighting God. When people fight your business, they fight God. Then we are talking about the 7th battle, which is the hard way. You know how I started my mind? It was walking, parking my car and walking all these rural areas on foot. I walked to Chiweshi. I walked Mount Dawe. I walked to Rushinga. I walked to Chirezi. I walked in Kai. I walked to Chipinge. I walked to Chisumbaji on foot with the people assisting me. You've got to wake up at 4 o'clock, at 3:30 to go and look for those minerals. For years, every day until I managed to get it. That's how you actually do it. Baba would always say, work to your maximum. That is where the miracle of God comes in. Work to 100%. I got my mining rights by walking, by looking for them daily for years. And one day it happened. When I went to New Zealand, I went to Palmerston. And they said Baba would walk to him. He was greeting everybody in Shona, Marara said, and trying to find somebody who can answer in short. That's what he did in Dunedin, in Christ Church, and in Wellington, and in Auckland. That's what he walking on foot. Yes. He went to Cuba. We went with him to Cuba. He walked that Cuba, that Havana. That is the hard work. Baba would say it in 2010. You know, Zayah forward faith is not big like this because of blessings. It is big like this because of hard work. I'm saying to someone, there is no time for sleeping if you are serious. Sometimes it's better to be working. Amen. Tomorrow I will be talking about working as well. I'll be talking about the issue of delivering yourself like a gazelle from the head of the hunter. You've got to, even when you're working, I say you can't be going to work at 8 o'clock if everybody's going to work at 8 o'clock. Try to go there at 7:15. And when people leave at 5, try to leave at 6:30. You must be different. Right. So I'm saying you must work hard, be a different person. Right. Then I'm into holy tricks. You know what the holy tricks are? You know what the holy tricks are? You know what I mean by holy tricks. I think everybody has got their own holy tricks. You know, holy tricks, the first holy tricks today is really holy. Is as you are starting the business, try to find something for God. When I was involved in business, when I was starting, Baba would say, see what you can do about buying some benches for the church. And I didn't understand that. I was cross. How does he think I'll buy some benches when we're struggling like this? But it was a way for me to escape. He said, find something that you can do in the church. Force yourself to find something to do. I'm saying to someone, try to look after some orphans. Try to look after the pastor. Try to finance the evangelist. Try to do something. Force yourself to do something. Make sure that God is connected. And in 1994, 95, I started building a church. Baba Guti said, he sent a message, and my father was cross. Baba Guti said, let Matangi finish that church by himself. Because he wanted me to get the blessings, to be delivered. I'm saying some of the holy tricks is actually for you to do the work of God. Right. But I'm also saying you've got to, as It's a way of thinking. Holy tricks are a way of thinking for a Christian. You are doing pure things. For an example, you find somebody with candles and in Highfield, and the electricity has gone. There is no power, and you happen to have 2 cartons of candles which you got from Orville Industries. Now you can't say I've got 48 candles here, and I'm selling them now for $1 each. They are no more $1 each because there is no electricity and nobody has got candles. So they are not $1. We call it the power of utility. There is no more $1 each. You look outside, the whole suburb is dark. So the candles are $10 each. Because you are taking advantage. You can't say it's raining today. People forgot to buy umbrellas. And you have got 60 umbrellas. And now your umbrellas were $5. They are no more $5. Because you are looking, it's raining outside. So the umbrellas have gone up in price. You know? Because that's what business is. You know, and you say to the people, you know what, guys? Somebody was coming to buy these umbrellas for a very high price. If you want them, you can buy them for the same amount. You know that this guy was going to buy. How much was it going to be? It was going to be $15. Well, if you have got money, now you are taking advantage of that. If you are buying a house, don't praise the house. Don't praise the house. Oh, it's so nice. Look at this, my wife. It has got a swimming pool. Exactly what we wanted. Look at this. It has got a library. Exactly what we want. Don't do that. It has got a tennis court. You know, I play tennis. Oh, and this guy is here. You can't do that. You know, you have got. If people say it has got a tennis court, you say no. We don't actually play tennis. And they say we've got a swimming pool. No. You know, swimming pool is dangerous because with young kids. You condemn all those things. You know that is talking about. You must talk negative, and when you come and look at the swimming pool, you just look through the window and say, no, we're not really interested. That is actually a problem. And yet you like it. So that's what you do. You know, you've got to be a real business person. You know, that is if you are trying to buy a house. That is if you are trying to buy a house, and the reverse if you are trying to sell a house. Now, if you are trying to sell a house, sit, there is a buyer now who has come, sit under a tree with your wife and be drinking tea. And they come to you, they say, hey, we want to buy this house. But you are desperate. You say, don't show them that you are desperate. Yeah. You know, you say, hey, I don't even know what they were selling. You know, my wife is not very keen on selling this house. So I don't know, we are still fighting about it. Yeah, but just go and have a look. But we are not really, I don't think we'll sell this. You know, so that the price goes up. You can't say, yes, excuse me, sir, this is now the dining room. So when we went, you think about a home, you have some money. Don't interest yourself in that. Just look at it, be playing whatever you are doing, or says, oh, go and have a look. You know, we don't think it will be for sale because we are fighting. My wife says no, my kids say no. I say I can consider. So just have a look a bit. Don't take their phone number. Let them leave the phone number themselves. You know, because this is a business. Solomon says, bad, says the buyer. Yeah. But he smiles when he goes home. So I'm saying to somebody today, let's be with it. Let's be with it in terms of business. Amen. And in the course of doing that, let's make lots of friends. But let's be with it. Amen. My time is up.